There's a hierarchy of stupidity in the net zero world of electrification. First off are passenger EVs, which are expensive, heavy, inconvenient and impractical, taking ages to charge and having a fraction of the range combustion cars have had for decades. Then we have EV trucks that need batteries so large that their load capacity is cut by a quarter, again with limited range, and they require data center levels of charging infrastructure, rather than a simple and cheap tank of diesel. Next on the list is electric ferries that need megawatt hours of batteries, entire power stations to charge, and are incapable of matching the performance and endurance of their diesel counterparts. And finally, at the top of the list, electric aviation. But fortunately, that ludicrous idea will literally never get off the ground. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer turned Sydney YouTuber. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and make sure you click that subscribe button down below and enable all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's all completely free. And if you'd like to support this channel, head over to my store where you can purchase some cool anti-EV merch. More information at the end of this video. Or alternatively, you can chip in a small donation at Buy Me a Coffee. Links to both are in the description, or you can scan the QR codes on screen. Kerosene jet fuel is quite remarkable. In just 1 kilogram, about 1¼ litres, there is no less than 43 megajoules of energy. That's equivalent to about 12 kilowatt hours, or 20% of a standard EV battery in just 1 kilogram. You'd need about 43 kilograms of batteries to store the same energy. Just for fun, I calculated the mass of lithium-ion batteries you'd need to power a small commercial jet like a Boeing 737. Assuming the jet holds about 20,000 litres, that equates to about 16 tonnes of fuel, as kerosene is slightly less dense than water. And that 16 tonnes of fuel holds no less than 700 gigajoules of energy. If you convert that to kilowatt hours, you get around 200,000 kilowatt hours. If you wanted a battery to store that, it would weigh 700 tonnes. Batteries are over 40 times less efficient by mass than kerosene. Not only that, the mass of the battery would remain at 700 tonnes, irrespective of the amount of charge it contained. It would be the same at the start of the flight as at the end, so even more energy would be wasted lugging a discharged battery around, unlike fuel tanks which would gradually empty as the flight progressed, lightening the load and improving efficiency. The only alternative to this would be hydrogen, which is a nightmare to store and transport. How would you feel with a tank of highly flammable liquefied hydrogen at 2000 psi under your feet as you're flying over the Atlantic? Again, it's a complete non-starter. Can you start to see why electric aviation is such a dumb idea? No wonder that many manufacturers are already abandoning electric propulsion as an option. But such is the level of green delusion brought on by the net zero mind virus that some people still tried to make it work. One of which was EcoJet, which was lauded in the pages of The Guardian, naturally, a couple of years ago, even though it was planned to start operations on evil fossil fuels. Shock horror. Green energy tycoon to launch UK's first electric airline. But Dale Vince's EcoJet plane will run on kerosene-based fuel in 2024 to enable quick start to project. The green energy tycoon Dale Vince is planning to launch Britain's first electric airline in a move designed to prove polluting industries can decarbonise. EcoJet, styled as a flag carrier for Green Britain, will launch early next year with a 19-seater plane travelling on a route between Edinburgh and Southampton. The planes will run initially on kerosene-based fuel for the first year before being retrofitted with engines that convert green hydrogen into electricity. Vince founded the UK's first green energy company, Ecotricity, in 1995 and has spent his career launching low-carbon and ethically minded ventures across energy, transport, food and football. He is the chair of League Two's Forest Green Rovers, known as the world's greenest football club. Vince told The Guardian, "We want to prove that one of the last frontiers of decarbonisation can be broken and that it's not insolvable. A lot of people seem to think that people who are eco-conscious want everyone to live a life of self-denial in a cave. Green living is not about giving things up. Everything we like to have in this life can be done in a net zero life." The airline will launch with several green-striped 19-seater planes capable of travelling for 300 miles. Vince hopes to expand the number of routes out to cover all of Britain's big cities. Staff will wear environmentally friendly uniforms and serve plant-based meals. A second phase, 18 months later, will result in 70-seater planes capable of flying to Europe being introduced. The company is in the process of applying for a licence from the Civil Aviation Authority and securing takeoff and landing slots at airports. Ridiculous, isn't it? But as usual with such green dreams, it's all hype. Because electric aviation is virtually impossible at this point in time, and the entire company is now falling apart at the seams. Dale Vince's net zero airline in disarray after sacking almost entire workforce. EcoJet has sought to slash costs after delaying its planned launch until next year. A leading Labour donor's plans to establish the world's first all-electric airline have been thrown into doubt after it sacked almost its entire workforce. EcoJet, which is owned by Dale Vince, the founder of renewable energy firm Ecotricity, made 11 employees redundant earlier this year, having previously had a team of 13. The airline, which had claimed it was on course to become the flag carrier for Green Britain, has sought to slash costs after delaying its planned launch until next year. EcoJet had previously hoped to start operations this summer. It comes as Mr Vince is struggling to raise £20 million to kickstart the airline and secure a crucial air operator certificate from the UK Civil Aviation Authority. EcoJet, which is majority owned by Ecotricity, said it had delayed its launch as it navigates a tough investment market. The airline aims to offer flights from Edinburgh to locations such as Southampton using turboprop aircraft refitted with hydrogen electric engines built in Scotland by Zero Avia, which would emit only water as a byproduct. It plans to establish a fleet of 20-seat Twin Otter planes to be followed by larger 70-seat ATR-72s from Airbus and Italian partner Leonardo. And this last paragraph sums up absolutely everything you need to know about the bloke behind it. The entrepreneur, who was previously a New Age traveller, also owns Forest Green Rovers, which styles itself as the world's first vegan football club. A vegan football club? What the fudge? He's also a massive donor to the UK's governing Labour Party, which is pushing all the net zero madness. As one commenter accurately put it, he donates to Labour and they give it all back to him in subsidies, except with taxpayer money. Sadly, this is what you get when you're infected with the net zero mind virus. In a rational world, nobody in their right mind would even consider for a single nanosecond fueling an ATR-72 with hydrogen when you've got the miracle that is kerosene right there in front of you. It's only the insane demonisation of the harmless plant food carbon dioxide that means we have to suffer nonsense like this. I would be amazed if the Civil Aviation Authority gave approval for such aircraft, given the safety risks involved. But unfortunately, anything is possible in this insane net zero world we currently live in. If you'd like to support this channel and display your anti-EV credentials to your Tesla-owning neighbours at the same time, why not buy some awesome MGUY merchandise, like this mug, this baseball cap, or this t-shirt. Each high-quality item sports the MGUY No EV sign, and they're all made to order, perfect for irritating the hell out of your local EV zealots. Visit store.mguy.tv or click the link in the description to check out the full range of products. And of course, you can always just buy me a coffee. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any tips or stories, go there. If you'd like to watch another video, go there. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, go there. And please subscribe to the channel.